There's something special about people who want others to feel better, who want more confidence in themselves. Something special about people who go out of their way to make you feel like a different person, like a better person, more confident person. And sometimes that takes subtle things, little changes, maybe the ability to look more awake or to feel beautiful. Today, I'm with LaLa of Draped by LaLa, a lash and brow studio here in Long Beach, where her goal isn't only to put on nice lashes, but to make her clients feel great about themselves. To make a single mom who's running around with 3 kids and a job to take a little time for herself, a little self-expression. Come take a drive with me and LaLa. Where are you from?
Where am I from?
Like originally.
Okay, so originally I was born in LA.
You're in LaLa land.
LaLa land, okay? So born in LA, South Central LA, and then we moved to like Bellflower. And then when I was 6, we moved to Rhode Island.
Whoa.
So I lived there until I was 12, and then came back and lived in Long Beach. And then when I was 17, we moved to Newport Beach. So I graduated from high school at Newport Beach.
What brought you to Long Beach, though? Like, what brought the family to Long Beach?
So my dad's family, they were all still here in Long Beach. And my mom wanted us to reconnect with our dad again, and that's why she moved us back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why was your dad's family in Long Beach?
Well, basically, migrating from Cambodia, everybody came to the States. My dad's family came straight to California, LA.
Yeah. Like the majority of the Cambodian population.
Majority. So actually, that's how my dad and my mom's how they met, because they all lived in the projects in South Central with all the other Cambodian refugees. So that's how they all met. And my dad's family went from LA to Long Beach. That's where my dad was. And then my mom's family went to the East Coast.
Is it true that Long Beach has the largest population of Cambodian people?
Yes.
In the world?
Yes, outside of Cambodia, yes.
Outside of Cambodia.
And that is why we have Cambodia Town.
And Cambodia Town is just getting ready to get an upgrade. They're going to get a new sign as you're entering Cambodia Town. And they're still trying to get like a cultural center put in, which would be pretty awesome. So how close are you to your Cambodian roots?
I feel like I am very close because growing up, I was always involved in the community. My mom's side of the family has always worked in the community, nonprofit. I was giving back to our community. So it was so normal for us to just volunteer and be a part of events.
Yeah.
So moving back to Long Beach, we hopped right into the community, and, you know, my mom helped plan like the Cambodian New Year parades. My mom had a nonprofit for Cambodian senior citizens. We always hosted a gala, and so I feel like I'm really close. And even now, you know, I always try to attend as many events as I can, especially Cambodian New Year, and making sure my girls too, who are mixed, you know, I want to make sure that they are still involved with the Cambodian culture. So, which is
kind of cool because you can't really walk a block without seeing some part of Cambodia in this city, which is awesome, especially the food. And I'm going to say that from a spoiled position. We're able to experience Cambodian food by actual cooks that are Cambodian, which is pretty phenomenal. So come back to Long Beach. You graduated from high school bougie. I'm going to ignore that. What gave you your start in the beauty industry?
So after college, I ended up taking care of my stepdad and my mom. My stepdad had an accident, and then my mom had like a tumor. So I was stuck home basically taking care of them. And then it was kind of the question of like, so what am I going to do now? Right. So my major was broadcast journalism. I always wanted to like work in radio and entertainment. But then after having to take care of my parents and seeing like how important it was to make them feel good, I was like, okay, what else am I going to do? And my stepdad was a business owner, and he's like, either you work for somebody or you work for yourself. What are you going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. And then so one of my girlfriends said, you know, why don't you get into lashes? Like, you love lashes. And why don't you start your own business? And I was like, I don't know how my stepfather, who owns like, you know, an engineering company, I don't know how he's going to feel about that, you know, that I want to do beauty. But I told him, and he was like, yes, you should do it. You know, you've always been into beauty. You have great eyelashes. Do it. And I'm like, okay. And so I did it.
So what was the process from like start to finish? Like when you said, okay, I want to get into this field, what was the first step you took?
I started researching what credentials do I need to do eyelashes, right? So eyelash extensions, and then, you know, esthetician schools came up, cosmetology schools. But then I was like, okay, I just did 4 years of college. Like, I'm not going to go to school for another year, you know?
Yeah.
And so I did aesthetics. It only took like 5 to 6 months. And then after that, you know, getting your license. And then right after I got my license, I actually ended up working at the Benefit Brow Bar in Mission Viejo and like in Fashion Island.
Yeah.
And I was there for a while, and the woman who was doing my mom's lashes and my sister's lashes, she asked me like, hey, I want to open up a space. Do you want to rent with me? And I was like, yeah, of course. And so I was at the Brow Bar 5 days a week, and then I was lashing on my other 2 days.
Wow.
Until eventually it was like, okay, you know, can't be working at the Brow Bar anymore. And then...
Yeah, you were making money for someone else.
Exactly. And then you just look at your paychecks after like, oh my goodness, I just worked 40 hours a week and then I only made this much, you know?
Yeah. So what gave you that first push to just do it on your own? Was it seeing your paycheck and you're like, nah?
Exactly. Seeing my paycheck and then I'm like, yeah, no, I can be lashing for 2 days and make as much as I made working for 4 or 5 days that week, you know? So I'm like, yeah, I don't need to do that. And then also working for somebody else, the schedule, right? And taking care of my parents, it was hard because I had work, but then I also had to take them to doctor's appointments, you know, different things. I had to be home to make sure food was taken care of and do grocery shopping and do all the things. And so I'm like, I need the flexibility, and working for somebody else is not giving me that flexibility.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've always been like, I don't know, a caretaker? Like taking care of others before yourself in that aspect?
Yes. Yes, because one, oldest daughter, right?
Yeah.
And then two, being one of the oldest daughters in an Asian like family, Cambodian family. So we're always taking care of everything.
Yeah.
So it was very natural to take care of my parents. And then, you know, even after that, everybody's like, do you want to be a nurse? And I'm like, no. I take care of everybody all the time. I do not want to be a nurse.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's already feel like you're being a nurse when you're doing that at home, doing all that. So you got to move on. You started working with someone else, renting a space with someone else?
Yes, renting a space with her. So I was doing eyelashes, but she was also like a bridal makeup and hairstylist. Mm-hmm. So that was my first foot in the wedding industry as well. So I was lashing, and then I was doing makeup with her and assisting her.
Mm-hmm. Had you done makeup before that?
No.
So you learned a lot through that?
A lot through her, yes. And then at the Brow Bar, and that's why I decided to work there too, so I can learn my makeup skills, my retail, my customer service.
Yeah, which is a huge part of it. I mean, especially when you're dealing that close with people.
Exactly.
Right? So what was your next big step? What made you go? What'd you do next?
After that, I mean, we were in Garden Grove and I loved it, but I also had like 3 other friends and we were all off Garden Grove Boulevard. And I was like, okay, I need to move away. Okay.
So you were all like ciphering off the same clientele?
Kind of. And then I felt like it was kind of oversaturated, like, you know, doing lashes in OC, like everybody was kind of doing lashes in OC.
Yeah.
And because really I consider Long Beach like my home base because, you know, like high school, and I was still going there after college, and that's where my family was. And I knew that the move was to be closer to Long Beach.
Well, because Long Beach is the best.
Yes. I mean, come on, right? You have all the Cambodian food here.
Yeah.
So I knew I wanted to move back to Long Beach. So then I found a space at actually like the Khmer TV studios in Bellflower. So I moved there. They had an open room for me, but I couldn't get any like business license there and stuff because it wasn't zoned right. And then I was like, you know what? I can't stay here forever.
Yeah.
It was great, but I can't stay here forever.
Were you developing your clientele this whole time?
I was. So I was there, and then I also had clients who owned a nail shop in Hawaiian Gardens. So I left Garden Grove and I was in Bellflower and in Hawaiian Gardens. So 2 locations, trying to build that clientele closer to Long Beach.
Mm-hmm. Was that confusing for your clients or hard for your clients to go back and forth? Or?
No, because everybody who I had in Garden Grove kind of stayed in Garden Grove.
Okay.
Not Garden Grove, Hawaiian Gardens. But yeah, then they said they didn't mind. So then I'm like, okay, so then why don't I let Hawaiian Gardens go? And they were okay with the move. So yeah, it wasn't too confusing.
What time was this? Like, when was this, year wise?
What year was this? I want to say maybe 2018.
Wow.
2018.
So you've been in this industry for about a decade.
Yes.
Wow.
Crazy.
So that explains your clientele, and that you have people coming to you and trusting you in that. So your next big step after those two, you consolidated?
Consolidating, yes. So now I'm like, okay, I need to move to Long Beach because I keep coming out here anyway.
Yeah.
You know, and then I moved in with, you know, my husband's family, and we were in Long Beach, and I'm like, okay, I can't keep making the drive, you know, like I need something closer. Everybody's coming from Long Beach or even like further South Bay, so what can we do? And then I toured a space in downtown Long Beach, and it was nice. I really liked it, but they had some weird, like, you know, some weird things they wanted me to do before I even got access to the space, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
Like scammy, or was it
not
just
scammy,
weird?
but like the girl said, okay, you can have this space. It's only, you know, this much per month, but you have to buy everything else in here for $3,000.
Oh.
And I was like, but I don't need your stuff.
So it was like taking over an existing business.
Yes, but
Okay.
I was like, I don't want that. And she's like, well, you can sell it. And I'm like, well, why don't you sell it? And then
Well, that's what she was trying to do to you.
You know, and she's like, no. And I'm like, why not? You know, but anyway, so, which is funny because actually my friend ended up taking it over and buying everything.
And buying stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was like, no. But you know what really stood out to me in that space was a brick wall.
Okay.
And during that time, I was on Google, and I was like, okay, I need to find something. I really wanted that space, but my mom said, no, just wait. Something else will come, okay? I was on Google, and then that's when I found Fate Studios.
Yeah, just trust fate.
It was fate, you know? And I found that brick wall in the photo, and I was like, okay, I need the brick wall.
I fought so hard for it.
I thought so, and I was like, I want it. I don't know why, but I want a brick wall in there.
Well, that was right after COVID.
Right after COVID, yes.
So did you take a pause during COVID because you weren't allowed to do anything?
I did take a pause too because I was pregnant.
Oh, yeah. That's
So
right.
I got pregnant, and then COVID happened. The world shut down, which I was like, great. It's kind of like
Perfect timing.
perfect timing. I was like, wow, the universe is really listening to me.
But you didn't really wait too long after COVID. Like,
I did it.
you had the baby.
I had the baby, and I went back to work like two and a half months after.
Yeah. Well, you had COVID when you had the baby.
Oh, I had COVID when I had the baby, and I was hospitalized for 2 weeks.
During COVID, that was a forced rest.
Yes, it was a forced rest. And so after that, I was like, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah. Because I vividly remember that first time you came in to the studio, because everyone wanted to know. Like, we're so protective over our space. Like, everyone's like, oh, who's coming in? Who's coming in? And when you came in, you did the tour, and then you left, and this is behind the scenes. We all kind of like nodded at each other, like, yeah, she'll do. She'll fit right in here, because we're protective over the space in its openness and its community. And so when we invite people in, it was like really important that we got along.
Exactly.
Which is important. So you started at Fate, and all those clients came to Fate?
All those clients came to Fate. And everybody loves Fate. When they came there, they're like, wow, this is so nice compared to your other. You know, my other place was nice inside, but the outside was a little sketchy, right? So everybody was like, wow, Cal Heights. They love the neighborhood. They love the space.
Yeah.
So beautifully decorated. Everybody's so nice. And so everybody came to Fate, and they love it.
So why lashes? Like, why of all things for you is it something that drives you? Why doing the lashes?
I think because at that time, like when my first intro to lashes, I didn't wear any makeup, you know? And so the first thing I did, you know, high school, you're wearing like mascara. You were that girl, okay? If you wore some mascara and some eyeliner. And then in college, I'm like, okay, let me try some lashes. And then it was a game changer. Once I had lashes on, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do anything. I can conquer the world right now, because it just helps your eyes pop, right? And it kind of goes back into my name, like Draped by LaLa. So, you know, they say eyes are the windows to the soul.
Yeah.
And lashes are the drapes.
Oh, I got you.
And so that's how I got draped by LaLa, because everybody's like lashed by LaLa. Everybody was like, lashes by LaLa, and I'm like, no.
Too on the nose.
Too on the nose. I'm like, no.
You wanted something a little more creative.
Yes, a little bit more creative, and because I love lashes, like I love the way I feel when I have them on, and so I want other women to feel that too, because people don't know, and it's not like you're doing a full face every day. It's just a little something, and it changes you so much, and it changes the way you feel about yourself.
I don't know. See, it's someone, I mean, like me, I never thought about lashes, but it has always been there in the idea that whenever someone would see my lashes, like my wife or someone, she was jealous of my lashes, and I never understood that. It's like, you got such long lashes. Or when they see now my son's like, look at those eyelashes. I never thought anything of it, but after seeing you do work and seeing people come out, I can totally see the difference. Almost to the fact that people look more awake.
They look more awake.
They look, it's like instantly happier from the nose up. And I think that does a lot for people's, their ego. It does a lot for how they feel about themselves. In the world full of filters,
yes,
and social media filters and all that stuff, what you do for people, how do you feel about making them feel so much better?
It makes me feel great, because sometimes when people come in, a lot of the times they're not feeling good about themselves, right? Like they're going through things, and I always ask, why are you here today? Mm-hmm. Like, why did you decide to get lashes? And the most common answer is like, I want to start taking better care of myself. I want to feel better about myself. And I'm like, okay, girl, I got you. And so being able to be a part of their journey, like just that one little step to help them feel better about themselves, it makes me feel so good. It makes me feel good, Yeah. It's like me putting a brand new set of lashes on myself, because they wake up and they're totally different. Like their confidence is up. Yeah, they look more awake, so they feel better. They're like, wow, I don't have small eyes, or like, wow, I'm not as tired as I thought I was, And so it just makes me feel amazing. And going back to how my parents felt whenever they felt good, when you look good, you feel good, and then you do good.
Yeah.
So
it's self-care, and you get to give people that self-care. However, they come in every couple of weeks.
Yes.
Right? They get that self-care, and it seems like the most relaxing thing, because you got the air purifier going in there, you got your music going, they're laying down, they're relaxing, and they're getting this done. Have you had clients fall asleep?
Most of my clients fall asleep.
Most of your clients.
And it's not just most of them. And a lot of my new clients are always nervous because they don't want to fall asleep. Like they almost don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
And I can tell that they're fighting their sleep. Right? Because then they're like, try to start conversation again. Because when it's quiet, people always want to fill the silence, right?
Yeah.
And then I always have to research, like, it's okay. Honestly, it's better if you fall asleep, because that lets me know that my hands are like soft pressure, so I'm not hurting you.
Yeah.
But then also, when you're more relaxed, you're able to fully enjoy the experience. Like, this is self-care. So not only are you going to wake up feeling beautiful with some brand new eyelashes, but you also got a nap. That, as adults, it's so hard for us to get a nap. Like, when is the last time you took a nap?
Yeah, I don't think I've taken a nap in years.
Exactly.
Yeah. But does it help you that they fall asleep?
It does help me. It helps me as long as they don't twitch.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm a twitchy sleeper, so yeah, I'd be a bad.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, my only twitchy clients are really like my cousins, and then I have to force them to stay awake. But other than that, everybody's pretty good. Once you're like nice and relaxed in a deep sleep, you don't move, and it's easier for me to like move your head the way I need to.
So, being in business and kind of learning the ropes, can you give me a learning experience that you've had in the process from start to finish? Like, do you have a moment where you're like, oh man, I got to do that, or something you missed?
Yes, I think, what, there's like, the internet is great, but there's so much information on there, and I just wish more like business owners, especially in the beauty industry, I wish we all didn't gatekeep, right? Yeah. It's always like, yeah, be your own boss and, rent a space and do other things. But really, what do we need to do? So I think nobody, when I'm asking people what I need to do, nobody really had the answers until it was, the city coming by and they're like, do you have this? And I'm like, oh, I need my business license? I'm like, I thought I had my LLC. They're like, no, they're different.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, well, everybody's pushing, the LLC and nobody said this. And I didn't know there were two different things.
Yeah.
But I also think a lot of us don't know that there's two different things or all these things we need to do. And the people who do know, they want to gatekeep it or they want to sell you a course.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll sell you the course so you know exactly what to do. Yeah, I find all industry gatekeeps. I mean, the photography industry 100% gatekeeps. They want to keep all their secrets for themselves, or they want to sell you a course. So it's a similar thing. If someone were to come to you today and be like, I want to start a brow and lash business, like, what advice would you give them?
I would say start practicing today, at least a few hours every day, and see if you actually really like it. Because people think they do want to do it because people think beauty industry is like fast money. So everybody wants to start a side hustle and get into lashes and brows. But actually do it and work on people and see if you like that. Because that is going to make or break you. You know? You
are so close to people. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Exactly.
You're like on it. Like you're inches from their face.
Inches from their face. Like, I know what
like
you had
people.
for breakfast.
Yeah, I like people, but I don't like them that much. Like, that's intense. So you have to have a bond with your clients.
You have to. And people come to beauty school because that's what they think they want to do. And then after, there's like, I'm telling you, less than a handful of people in your class that actually stay in the beauty industry. Because they go out in the field, they do it, and then they realize they don't even like it. So before you want to like,
so you
have
think
your
people
business,
get into it just because they want to like make the money?
Make the money. They think it's fast money, right? Because people see like, oh, this hairstylist makes this much money, this lash artist makes this much money, I can do that. But then you never really tried it. You don't really have the customer service skills, maybe. You don't have your time management skills. You don't have all these other things that go into a business. Yeah. And then they do it and they're like, actually, I hate it. They're like, you know what? I like doing it, but I hate people. Well, you can't hate people.
Yeah, and be in the service industry.
Yeah. But a lot of people I meet in beauty schools and, trainings and stuff, they think they want to do it. And then...
But it's not fast money.
It's not fast money, and that's what everybody thinks.
It's hours. Like, you're literally in there hours. And I hate to say it, it's like it looks like the most uncomfortable ergonomic position. You are literally hunched over people working for hours on end with most of the time no break. It's like you get up, you maybe use the restroom, get a drink, and you go back in there and get to work. Yes. So to me, that does not look like fast money. It definitely doesn't look like easy money. So you as a business owner, how do you market yourself? Because it's you, like you said when you were in Garden Grove, there are 4 people on the block, 3 people on the block doing the same thing. I know a friend of ours has her shop right down, like 2 doors down. How do you market yourself and differentiate yourself from other lash and brow people?
So I do market myself as a natural lash artist. So even if you look on my Instagram, a lot of my clients, a lot of my work, it's all very natural because I feel like you only need to enhance your natural features. I don't ever want to overwhelm your features, not to bash on any other like lash artist or whatever, but if you have eyelashes, you should be able to open your eyes. Yeah. Right? And a lot of people are scared because, they think it hurts. They don't want to look like this or that. But I always tell people that I want to enhance your natural features. And I want to make sure that whatever style I do for you is going to go with your lifestyle. Everybody has a different lifestyle. So we're talking about your lifestyle. We're talking about your features. And then, when I go out in public, that's how I market myself too. I don't ever have anything super dramatic on my face. I don't ever have a super dramatic makeup look, and so I feel like I'm also my best marketing, my best billboard when I'm going out there. I'm complimenting people and their natural features. And then I'm like, hey, you have great eyes, would look great with that? Some eyelashes.
So your marketing is pretty much like word of mouth and outside view. So you're not doing anything external that could promote you?
On Instagram, a lot of I've been on Instagram more. I feel like and just kind of putting my name out there.
Yeah, I think social media is like huge right now. For
social media. But right now,
if you don't do social media, you're missing out on a huge network.
Yes, you are. Yeah. And TikTok did great for me.
It's so hard for me. So hard for me. I love TikTok. It's just so hard for me to post on multiple platforms. And especially, I'm in a visual industry. You're in a visual industry.
Yes.
So it's like, for me, I'm like, it's a full-time job.
It is a full-time job. And then when we're so busy actually working in your business, I'm like, dude, I gotta make a video for TikTok.
Yeah. How is that with your clients though? Like, how is that ask? Is it weird to be like, hey, can I film this?
Yes, but my clients, they love it. They're like, yeah, of course, so everybody's okay with it. And my clients love that I've actually been making more content.
Yeah.
But my clients don't really even care about seeing like the before and afters. They just want to see me on there talking.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay. So what I'm noticing now too is people don't really care too much about your work. Of course, your work has to be good, but they also want to know who you are as an individual, and are they going to be comfortable laying on your lash bed for a couple hours? Yeah.
How long does it take? A couple hours?
It does. So the first time with me, it will probably take about 2 to 2.5 hours.
Wow.
And then after that, an hour and a half.
Why? Because you're just filling in?
Because I'm filling in the second time. Yeah.
Okay. So it's whatever just falls.
Whatever fell out. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So tell me about the process. What's your process from start to finish with a client?
So with lash extensions or lash lifts?
Let's say what's the new thing now?
My new thing now is the lash lifts. So that's basically a perm for your eyelashes.
Okay.
So when clients come in, I always ask them, how did you find me? Right? How did you find me? And what's your goal today? What's the occasion?
Yeah.
Okay, just so I know too, if they want something very natural or very dramatic. Once they come in, I offer them, a water, a snack, and then I analyze their eyes, look at their eye shape, and then their features on their face. How much lid space do we have there? If there's a big lid space, okay, maybe I can do a very dramatic curl. If they don't have a lot of lid space, then maybe a softer curl.
Yeah.
And then also too, I always ask clients, how's their lifestyle? Is this something that you're gonna be able to maintain? Like, do you want to come in every few weeks? Or is there something like a lash lift that, you only need to come in every 2 months? Sometimes that's a make it or break it. People come in for extensions and then like, oh, I need to come in every 2 weeks. Yeah. Actually, no, let's not do that.
Oh, okay.
And then, okay, let's do a lash lift.
So it's a lifestyle when it comes to something like that.
Lifestyle.
But it saves them from doing like their eye makeup almost every day.
And putting on strip lashes every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes that takes a while.
Yeah, so you got to weigh it that way.
Having the raccoon eyes from your mascara.
Oh boy, yeah. See, I'm glad I never have to experience that. See, that would be horrible for me. Okay, so tell me a horror story. What's a time where someone's laid in your lash bed and you're just like, dear God?
Okay, so
you don't have to say names. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus,
but I'm pretty sure she'll know once she hears the story. So I guess it was like horror story and my craziest story. So it was gonna be a full set, so I blocked off the time for like 2.5 hours, 2.5, almost 3 hours. Mm-hmm. And then she was an hour late.
Oh.
I'm like, all right, I'm only gonna fill in whatever we have time for, right? So then we did that, but then the work prior, it was so bad, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay.
Like she went somewhere else.
She went somewhere else.
So you were gonna.
So this is like considered a foreign fill, so when you're working over somebody else's work.
Uh-huh.
But our initial goal was I was going to remove everything and then apply mine. But since she was an hour late, I said, we don't have time for that. I can only fill in.
Yeah.
But her lashes were very thin, a very sparse lash line, so she doesn't have a lot of natural lashes. And what was on there was super thick. So I'm like, it's super thick.
So it didn't match her existing eyelashes. Is that past text problem?
Yes, and because if the extensions are too thick, it's going to weigh down on your natural lash, and then it's going to cause you to have premature fallout. So your lashes are going to fall out. And that's why she doesn't have a lot of natural lashes left.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
And so her last artist was trying to apply more to make it look fuller. But her lashes can't handle that.
Yeah.
But not only that, they weren't clean. So it's like I have to spend all this time cleaning it.
Oh, I wish people could see my face right now. Like, I have an issue. Like, my wife wears contacts. I can't watch her put in the contacts. like, God forbid my sight goes as a photographer, one, but two, that I'd have to touch my eye. That stuff, oh, I can't.
And a lot of OG lash clients, they weren't told to wash their lashes or how to wash their lashes, right?
Yeah.
So she wasn't washing. You know, when you wake up with gunk in your eyes,
Eye boogers.
On top of thick eyelash extensions, also on top of makeup, right? Makeup is on there too. And I'm like, girl. So it took us forever to clean it, and then she gets a call from her baby daddy.
Oh no.
And then she's like, I'm supposed to be at Home Depot right now. I'm like, girl, what? So she's like calling him there on FaceTime, and he's like, hey, are you still there? She's like, yeah, I'm here. He's like, okay, well, can you ask them how much this item is? And she's like, okay, I'll call you back. He's like, why do you need to call me back? Just tell me. And she's like, because he's like, ask, I'm on the phone right now.
Oh no.
And then she's like, so
Did
she's
she
like
ask
putting
you?
it, yes. So I'm like, so then I'm on my phone looking it up. Her eyes are closed, and I'm like, $7.99. And she's like, what? I'm like, $7.99. And then she's like, $7.99. He's like, who is that whispering?
That's hilarious.
And I was
That.
and then then they're all
She
married.
brought you into her lie.
Into her life.
You're like, don't bring me
And
into your
I'm
lie.
a girl's girl. I was there, right?
Oh my god.
I was like, yeah. And so he's like, oh my goodness, and then they started arguing. I'm like, oh brother, like, she's like, are we almost done? I'm like, girl,
We're not even done washing.
we just started. And so, he calls back. He's like, when are you going to be home? She's like, I'm on my way home. Mind you, she drove over an hour to get to me. I'm like,
jeez.
yeah. So anyways,
That's still a client?
it's still, no, not anymore.
Okay.
That was like our last
Like,
appointment.
yeah. Okay, well tell me about that. Like, how do you fire someone?
So then the next time she wanted to come in, I was like, oh, I'm not available.
Okay.
Here's, and so she went to somebody else, one of my other friends.
Oh,
and it's so funny because my
you did
friend,
that to your friend?
I didn't think she was actually going to go because she lives over an hour away. I'm like, you don't have people in the IE? She's like, I'm like, why would you come here?
Now we're pinning it down. We know she lives further south, an hour away.
Right.
See, we're gonna out you.
The tea is being
We're gonna out
spilled.
you. Wash your face.
And no, but what's funny is because then she like lashed, she went to my other friend's place, and then my friend messaged me and was like, girl, is this your client?
Oh
I was
no.
like, oh my gosh, did she actually go? She's like, yes, she's here right now. I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on? She's like, she was over an hour late. And I was like, okay.
So she leaves her house when she's supposed to be there.
Yes.
Oh, see, that's, yeah.
And it's different, like 10 minutes, all right, all right, everybody has a little 10-15 minute grace period. But over an hour, and they're like, well, we have the time because we gave her time for a full set.
Yeah, but see,
And
that's
they're
the
like,
disrespect, right? Like, as a vendor to a client relationship, respect your people, especially when they're doing something that's so personal to you.
yeah.
I think
And
that's crazy.
yeah.
But that's in all industries, right?
In all industries.
I just think it's more personal when it's one-on-one.
Yes.
It's like I almost take that as an attack. Like I'm personally waiting for you, and that makes it difficult.
Yeah, and then not only that, like if you come late, like okay, but then make everything else easy for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that I don't have to kill all this time trying to like.
Yeah, don't be on your phone.
Don't be on your phone now. Don't be calling your man, and then don't be like, oh, now you gotta go clean your lashes and gotta do. I'm like, girl, now, like we're ready to work. You gotta come in and we gotta knock it out.
So what's the goal now? So you're established. You're running your business. It's doing well. I see people coming and going all the time. What is the goal now?
My goal now is to work less.
Mm-hmm.
Which I did consolidate my days.
Mm-hmm.
And work smarter, not harder, right?
Yeah.
And so I consolidated my days a little bit, and then eventually I want to start having other people maybe sublease with me.
Mm-hmm.
If their vibe matches our vibe.
So that space is making money when you're not in it.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
And then also too, for my clients, if I'm not able to take them in, refer them to whoever's in my space.
Yeah.
And to kind of train somebody to produce the same work that I do, so that if I'm not there, my studio is still being able to make money while I'm not there.
And still producing at that quality level.
It's still producing at that quality, yes.
Yeah. and we've noticed that even the hair department has done that, brought in other people, but they meld with the crew, and they're producing similar, if not on par work, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So overall, do you think you just want to eventually just be the business owner and step back from the actual lashing itself, or do you actually still enjoy the process?
I still enjoy the process because I still love learning new techniques and, working with clients. I love seeing my clients. But I do, yes. I mean, I don't feel like right now I want to be, the business owner and have other people working for me. Right now, I'm okay with still working on clients.
Yeah.
I think maybe in like a couple years, yes.
Yeah.
When I'm a little bit older, and then maybe when I pop out baby number 3, yes.
Three?
Number 3, yes.
Okay.
But right now, I'm okay. I like working on my clients. I like seeing my clients, and it kind of gives me a break away from home and
it's like it's a social break as well.
Social break, yes.
Yeah.
Because these are my girlfriends. I see them every few weeks.
Yeah, and you're not talking to the 4 or 5-year-old. You're talking to an adult.
Yes.
So that always helps. Yeah. So if someone were to say, "Hey, I want to get in the lash business right now," what advice would you give them?
Go to school. Go to school. Make sure you get your license.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you start lashing and making all this money, that's great, but you're going to have to backtrack and go to school.
Yeah.
So regardless, you need to go to school. And even though I just went to aesthetics, I say just go to cosmetology school.
Just get it done.
Just get it done, because I went to aesthetic school, and then 7 years later, then I went back for cosmetology school.
Yeah. You had to do it anyway.
How to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So if you want to get into lashes or just the beauty industry, I would say the first thing you need to do is go to school and get your license. Because when you go to school, you're exposed to different things, and you think you want to do lashes, but hey, you might really like hair, or you really might like waxing, but you need to have your license. Like, that's the bare minimum.
Yeah, because they'll shut you down.
They'll shut you down, and also you can't work anywhere if you don't have your license.
Yeah.
You can't work for anybody, and you'll be stuck working at home, but your business can only grow so much when you're working from home.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to allow strangers into your house. You can only do so much marketing because it's at your house, So the first thing people...
It's an iffy thing, and it's a lot of liability. You don't want to put that on yourself.
Exactly.
That's it. Can you tell me a time where you've actually seen a transformation in somebody, where they've actually come in feeling one way, looking one way, and then just left completely changed?
Yes, so one of my clients, she is a mom, a mom of 3.
Wow.
And, and her kids are like all under, 6? Under 5? So she has a lot of littles.
Yeah.
And she always, she's a nurse, and she's tired, and her husband's a firefighter. So most of the time she's like single momming it,
Yeah.
And so when she comes in, she's always feeling so down and just, kind of like really tired and down. And then we're doing this whole vent sesh. And then when she wakes up and the lash is on, she's like, oh my gosh, almost teary-eyed, because she's like, oh my gosh, I finally feel like me again.
Oh, that's cool.
And I love that, because as a mom, I know what it feels like. Sometimes you get so sucked into like being a mom, a wife, and, a caretaker for everybody in your house, you kind of forget about yourself.
I think that's true. I think that's really hard, because you wear so many hats as a mom, right?
Yes.
You're a mom, you're a wife, you're a business owner. When do you get to be LaLa?
When do I get to be LaLa? You know what?
So you provide that for people. That's pretty incredible. On so many levels. Because if we're not feeling like ourselves, we're not acting like ourselves, we're just going through the motions. And I think that's really important. It's something that most people would think is so simple, really makes a difference, and it makes an impact. Being that we are in Long Beach, how much do you think Long Beach plays a role in who you and your business are?
Long Beach plays a huge role, because the beautiful thing about Long Beach is we are one of the most diverse cities, and that's why I love Long Beach, because we're not OC and we're not LA, right? And we get all types of people. And I love that my clientele is just as diverse.
Yeah.
And I love, that I have people coming in that went to the same, middle school or high school as me, and then we have things to build on, or they grew up in this neighborhood and we have things to build on. Mm-hmm. So I love being from working in a place that I also consider my home base.
Yeah.
And because I love Long Beach, and there's so many beautiful parts of Long Beach.
Yeah.
And I want that, and I want to bring like a luxury, lash service to Long Beach, because we don't have enough of that, or we don't have enough light on those kind of services here. Mm-hmm. People think that if they want to have like beauty businesses, they have to go to LA. Yeah. Or they have to go to OC, and it's like, no, we got that right here at home.
Yeah, they don't understand that the quality here is so great. They don't understand that we choose to be here and not go to LA because we don't want to be that scene. We
yes.
want to provide this for people here, because the people here are so specifically Long Beach that it's pretty spectacular.
Yes, and it's important to me that everybody that comes in feels comfortable and safe and at home.
Yeah.
Because they're like, wow, you're so close. Like, I feel at home. Like, it's in Long Beach, it's in my neighborhood. I can just come and be myself.
What is it about the space that makes that possible? I
think, of course, like the atmosphere, it's so beautifully and aesthetically pleasing, but also everybody else that's in our space. When somebody walks in, no matter who's in the front, everybody's like, hey, hi, like, who are you here for, And everybody's so welcoming here, and I think we are in a beautiful neighborhood too. That really helps because people feel safe before they even come into our doors.
Like the moment they reach the neighborhood.
The moment they reach our neighborhood, and then coming inside my room, I think, with my little, it's a little dim in there, with my little neon sign. And
feels relaxing.
And
that brick wall.
And that beautiful brick wall. And, maybe a little candle on, or a little aromatherapy going on there. And it really makes people feel comfortable. Like, okay, sometimes people are a little nervous getting a beauty service because maybe they've never got it done, or they don't know.
It's so vulnerable. You're like
so vulnerable
there
with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
And so when they come in, they're able to like drop their shoulders a bit because they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
The space feels safe. The space feels comfortable, and it feels like at home.
And that's important, especially in the industry, which it's pretty incredible. So being in this city, and I always ask people this, what are 3 businesses in Long Beach, in your opinion, that are worth the drive?
3 businesses? Well, I'm biased.
Yeah, it's true. But, 3 businesses you could shout out that you think need the shout out, that you think would appreciate the shout out, and are worth the drive.
3 businesses here. Okay, well, one, of course, Faith Studios Collective. Everybody in here, like, genuinely cares about their work and cares about everybody they work with. Okay. And then let me see. So that'll be one, even though that's a handful of us, but that's one. Okay. So our big collective. Business number 2, I would say, is my friend here at Beck's Brows.
Yep.
She does permanent makeup and like brows, and she is great because her work actually lasts. Because I see her clients, and it actually lasts a really long time. Sometimes permanent makeup is a little tricky because color fades.
That's a tattoo, right?
Tattoo.
Wow.
And some people have like green brows, and like, when it fades over time, old school, right?
Tattoos, yeah.
But Beck's Brows right here on Wardlow, like, her work is consistently good. And even years after, I compliment people and they're like, oh, I went to Beck's Brows. So I refer all of my clients, and anybody who wants permanent makeup, permanent brows, you need to go to Beck's Brows because she knows what she's doing. And shout out, she's a fellow mom and business owner too. So I love supporting moms and business owners.
Love it.
And then number 3 in Long Beach. Okay, I'm going to do a shout out for a Cambodian restaurant because being Cambodian, we're here by Cambodia Town. People always ask me, you have to go to Apsara Cafe. It is on Anaheim and Cherry, I believe. So there's like a Bank of America, and they're like across the street in that Metro PCS Plaza. They have authentic Cambodian food.
So what's your go-to dish there? My
go-to dish is the steak and anchovy sauce. And also their papaya salad.
Oh, yeah.
I love papaya salad.
Okay, everyone claims papaya salad.
Okay, because papaya salad Cambodians have it, Thai has it, Laos has it, and it's like, so depending on where you go, everybody kind of has like a different fusion.
Yeah.
And Apsara Cafe is my favorite.
Okay.
I feel like it's maybe like a Thai Lao fusion, and I love it. It's so good, and their anchovy sauce is so thick. Like if you eat anchovy sauce. And
I'm not allowed to. I love it, and I've eaten anchovies since I was a kid, and I love it.
Too fishy?
My wife will not allow it.
It's too fishy. Yes.
Yeah. You faced her wrath.
I did. I'm like
the fish, which is hilarious to me.
Right. So if you're coming to Fade Studios, please do not bring any cooked fish over there. Okay?
Raw fish is fine.
Raw fish, you can't smell it. But cooked fish, don't. I think I had just finished eating it too, right?
Oh,
and
yeah,
she smelled it.
Oh, she could tell.
She could tell.
Yeah, she could tell. So, what made all of the effort and everything you've done to start your business worth the internal drive?
What makes it all worth it? You know what? Of course, my kids.
Yeah.
But also, I think like my nieces and nephews. We don't have a lot of. I don't think anybody else in my business. In my family has like their own business. And my niece and nephews, it's so cute, and my daughter too, that they ask me to work with me, or like, wait, Auntie LaLa, you work for yourself? Like, wait, you don't have a boss? Wait, I want to work with you. That really drives me because it lets them know that the possibility is there. It's motivation for them, and then they're like, Auntie LaLa, I want to have my business. Like, can you help me design a logo? Like, I want to make clothes. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. So I love it because I don't think.
So that upward mobility has now been seen that it's a potential and possibility in your family.
Yes. So for me, I'm like, I don't really even care about for me, but creating the opportunities that my niece and my nephews and my kids like can help me grow. And, that's why my passion project coming up. It's because my nephew was like, I want to work with you. What can I do? I'm like, what do you want to do? He's like, I don't know. I want to be your cashier. I'm like, my cashier? He's like, yeah. Other people have my other cousins have worked with you. I want to work with you now. I'm like, oh, okay. So I thought, how can I create an opportunity for my niece and nephews to help me and to work? Because I didn't know that they wanted to, but for him to ask me, I was like, oh, so you guys are paying attention to what I'm doing, what the adults around you are doing. Yeah. And that was really a fire up my butt. Like, okay,
how'd that make you feel? That's pretty awesome.
That made me
be motivation.
Because, I think every day I just feel like, I'm a regular person, right? Doing regular things, like whatever. I didn't think that my nieces and nephews pay attention. Yeah. But for him to ask me, I was like, wow, he really sees that I'm doing something. Something of importance because he wants to be involved.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it made me feel amazing and like, wow, there really is a microscope on me, even when I don't know that there is, and when I don't feel like it.
Yeah, people are always watching, right?
People are always, and especially the little ones.
Yeah.
Because, they're our future, right? And
yeah. Well, it goes to show that all good work is good work, right? Because if you're motivating or making an impact on people, that helps you as a business because your work and your name and everything is out there. But it also helps everyone around you.
Yes.
Right? And this is more of a macro level, what gets you out of bed every day?
What gets me out of bed every day is being able to come into work and make other people feel good. Make women feel good about themselves. Not just women, anybody coming into my space, but making individuals feel good and comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah.
And not feeling like they need to change themselves so much in order to feel great about themselves.
That's an issue in the world as a whole right now, right? And like we mentioned a little bit about social media and like the filter culture. Then you feel like you need to get fillers. You feel like you need to get surgery. You feel like you need to do all these things. Just because of what you're viewing.
Just because of what you're viewing. But you don't need that.
No, you don't. And the funny thing is, if you ask a lot of men, and this is from an outside standpoint, you really don't need any of that.
Yes.
like we're very simple beasts. And I think a lot of it can be done for self, which I think, yeah, if you want to do it for yourself to make yourself feel better, it's going to make you feel better, in turn act better and be a better person, sure. But beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and I think we need to avoid social media in the aspect of our beauty trends, because
Yes.
like you say, you do a natural, right?
Yes.
That's because it's natural. And that's because what you and I find beautiful is natural.
Natural.
How do you cater to people that, do you do those lashes that aren't natural?
I do, but I like to be very transparent with my clients. Like, okay, I can give you this dramatic look, but just know that here are the cons, that they might fall out a lot faster. They might cause damage to your lashes.
Yeah.
It's going to overwhelm your eyes a bit. It's going to make your eyes look a little bit smaller. And then if they say, yeah, they still want to go for it, then okay, let's go for it. But at least I was open with you, and you know what to expect.
So you're the trusted advisor when it comes to situations and things like that. And if they listen to you, great. If not, it's on you kind of a situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to be transparent with your clients, because you don't want to sell them false hope.
No, I'm not going to make you look like
I'm not going to make you look totally different.
Yeah, you're not going to look like a model. It's not going to change your weight. It's not going to change your height.
Exactly.
It's going to change the aesthetic. That's it.
That's it. And just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit for you to notice, but it's not going to fool.
It'll change your confidence.
It'll change your confidence for sure.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being on today, LaLa. I think people got a lot of information from you. And I think, before we leave here, as I backed into this stall here, how do people get a hold of you? How do people book you? How do people become a client of yours? Because I know you have a very limited time. And how would they get a hold of you?
So follow me on Instagram at Draped by LaLa, DRAPED by LaLa. And once you're on there, look at my work. And if you feel like I'm your vibe, I'm the kind of artist for you, then DM me. I always like people to DM me, because let's talk first. Let's talk first. Let's do a consultation and see what you want. And then I can help you book the appointment. I have a booking link, but DM me first and let's talk so that we choose the best service for you and your lifestyle.
See, I like that, because you're not just like any port in the storm. You're not like, just give me the business. You want to communicate with them, and so you can give them the best for them.
Exactly.
Because I think a lot of people, they just they really do a disservice to themselves just by doing mass as opposed to specialized work.
Yes.
And I think specialized work is important, because that's when you get the extra mile.
Right.
That's when you get it's not just a car wash, one car after another. It's a deluxe detailing.
Exactly.
Well, thanks for joining us. Hope it was worth the drive. We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
Pretty